In this video, we're going to take a quick look at how Michigan ran power this past year. Not a lot of teams are running power these days. A lot of times they say they don't want to put a lighter guy like a fullback tight end on a defensive end. They'll kick with a guard instead of a fullback, and they'd rather run counter. But Michigan still runs power, and they do a great job of it. And we're going to dive right in and look at some different formations that they ran power out of this past year. This very first look, they're actually unbalanced here in the national championship game early in the game. Motion their fullback here, he's going to kick. These guys are going to double here to the back side. Center's blocking back to the nose, gap hinge. And we're pulling for the front side. Washington actually rolls their safety down right here to get a guy, extra guy into the box with this fullback coming in. This DN right here in this forefront does a pretty good job squeezing, trying to get this to bounce. So there he's down block, he tries to wrong shoulder it. Really good job here by this tight end going straight vertical. As you see with that motion, he's getting that thing snapped with a little momentum. He puts his foot in the ground and goes as vertical as he can, trying to put his outside shoulder to kick it. It does a pretty decent job, but it squeezes so hard this guard gets around to the outside for this linebacker that's going to feel around. Gets a piece of him. It's not just perfect right here. As you see, there's a safety that rolled down, so there's an extra guy in the box. And this linebacker is trying to get this to spill to the unblocked guy because he's going inside gap, trying to get it to go here. But with the movement there on this double team, up to this backside linebacker, this running back's able to split this tight end, this linebacker that floated over the top, splits it, gets vertical. Still gets a pretty good play there on power. Gets an easy first down right here. This on a 1st and 10. Gets about 13, 14 yards. Another look here. In motion, the guy that's kicking in. They're in what looked like a 21 personnel set. They motion the fullback in. Now they're in a 22 personnel set. Running power here. This direction going to kick. All these guys are down blocking. They're going to their inside gap. Guards pulling and basically getting to clean this thing up because this is kind of a weird look. Looks like Penn State is slanting over here to the tight end and extra defenders. But this backside A-gap player still stays in that A-gap. There's really nobody for the B-gap here. So they're blocking back there to that linebacker. As you're looking up here, these three are basically responsible trying to go to those three. And the way that they fit this, it ends up just a little bit different on this. This defensive end slants to the outside. I'd say this fullback needs to stay tight. He kicks the first thing off the D-gap here outside this tight end. So boom, he kicks the outside linebacker. Here's another linebacker sliding in. Guard just has to clean it up. So this is not just a perfect look. The guard, we got to clean whatever up. And you can see with the way they played this and they slanted, it opened up this front side B gap. And a great read here, cutting right there into the open space. See how this linebacker plays over the top on this. See that pulling guard? He's trying to play over the top, hoping that everything spills. But right there, hitting it through the B gap. Good job with the downhill track. And again, explosive play right here, power this time, with really heavy personnel in there against Penn State. Here's the touchdown that really put this game away in the national championship game. Really heavy personnel. You got number 59 here, so probably a defensive player or lineman. He's coming to kick. Everybody else is down blocking right there. It's going to lead right there off the edge. So you got basically a couple pullers here with this heavy set. Fullback's going right there. You got this guy that motion that's kicking. And these guys are wrong shoulder trying to get this to bounce again to the unblocked players. But the movement and just the downhill aggressive nature of the back. Fullback's leading there as well. They don't even end up pulling a guard. So right here you're going to kick there with the fullback. And now this fullback ends up being the guard, just cleaning everything up. Whatever shows up off color, hit it. We got to get a yard. Find a way to get in the end zone. Of course, running back's downhill. Knows that he's just trying to find a way. These guys are trying to cut off. Those guys, leave the widest guys trying to chase down from the C gap. Should be booting away there with the quarterback to try to hold them. Right there, just the physicality and movement they get, even though there is penetration right here. Great job hitting it, running over a dude, getting to the end zone late in the national championship game to put it away. There's another great look at the same scheme here, motioning across, snap it about the time he gets to the center. He kicks outside. These guys end up basing right here because he's trying to get into this gap, trying to make this run bounce. And we'll take a look at it. Ball gets snapped. You see this double team right here on that guy slanting. Same thing here, just going to stay on it. Kick whatever shows up outside there. And this time they actually have a puller here with the guard. So you're getting two big bodies that are leading in there. You got a fullback, you got a guard. Right here, there's the kick. You had a guy slide in trying to set the edge, send it back to these linebackers. And these two big bodies right here playing with momentum. They absolutely double team. Just one guy right here. You do have a free backer here, free safety, whatever. Then it looks like they're working up there. But just the aggression. You don't have to be perfect. You're getting big bodies. You're getting some momentum right there. And you just get right behind it. Just needing a yard or two. Find a way to get into the end zone. They're unable to fill in and make a stop, obviously. With 600 pounds probably running through one player and then another probably 200+ pound back, playing with downhill momentum. It's going to be really hard to stop. This time unbalanced, look, you got your tight end fullback over here. He's on the ball, motion across, kicking. Everybody else is just downhill, pulling this guard to clean up as well. Again, this is not a perfect look because you just drew it up. Say, hey, this is how we're going to do it. You double team there all the way up. You work there up. Center's going to work back. Gap hinge. Pull for the front side. Kick right there. Probably pulling for a safety. But we'll see how it actually plays out. They do double team all that stuff. Linebacker tries to backdoor this. Not quite getting enough of them. But the running back playing fast enough to run through an arm tackle. So right here, as you can see, this tackle doesn't do a great job of getting that linebacker. He backdoors a little bit, just not able to make a play on that. But again, you can see just creating a wall. There's 44 kicking. Put play side shoulder right there on that J block. We used to call it a J block when I was playing because you want to go there like that so you can kick. And then here's 73, big body rolling through there. He cleans up this linebacker that's playing over the top because it's not just clean. So you know what? I see off color. I'm going to be aggressive. Puts his play side shoulder to kick so the running back can get vertical with some momentum. He gets down to the 1 yard line. Again, just a different way to run power. This time unbalanced. Motion a guy across again. Kicking. Defensive end, pulling that guard. Looks really good whenever it works. Even though this is not just the prettiest look. We don't get to do a great job to the backside. Guard doesn't get up to the guy that he probably should. But has to clean somebody up. Again, beautiful play. Another goal line look of it here again. We're down blocking. We're blocking back. We're going to motion across. We're kicking. He's leading in. Guard's leading in. These guys are probably inside gap, leaving the widest guy. Should be booting away. With the quarterback movement, we're going to reverse out, protect the football so you can pass that fullback, then get it extended to the running back so he can get downhill. And again, you can see how he's just getting straight downhill at that A gap right there so he can press that, make these guys step in, and then you can kind of bounce and slide behind those big bodies. Great movement there, especially if you're looking at this guy trying to kick. He's trying to wrong shoulder it. Great job just putting momentum on him. If he tries the wrong shoulder, try to wash him as far as possible. Clean everything up. Guard helps clean it up as well. These guys are way too late to the party on short yards to be able to make this stop. 200-pound back playing with momentum. Find a way to get into the end zone right there. Don't make us snap the ball again. So great job here. There is a safety or somebody filling in. Pretty hard hat, but he's still able to run through it. That's part of the weight room right there. Just finding a way to get into the end zone on the 1 yard line with big bodies pulling around right there. Really good look here against this 3 front from Rutgers. You're going to double there up. You're going to base. You're going to work back. You're going to gap hinge. And again, this is just old school eye football downhill right here. Reversing out to it. As you see, getting a shoulder to it. Working up to that backside linebacker. There's the kick all the way from the eye. Get your play side shoulder right there. Not just the most physical block, but he does occupy him because he doesn't squeeze very hard. You see his puller coming around for the front side. Try to put your play side shoulder. Boom, right there. There's the kick. We got everybody taken care of right here. So this is a really good look. Hitting this thing going vertical. Running through some arm tackles that are falling in late. Again, big play right here. I mean, it's the fourth quarter, late in the game. Michigan just ran it right at him. Ran in power, I think, 3 or 4 times in a row. And right here, Rutgers with that 3 front, not able to fit it. Make it bounce to the unblocked guys, trying to get there late. Big play there for Michigan, just running power late in the game. I think this might even be the very next play. Just switch sides. They're going to run power to the left. Going to kick right there. Double there to the backside linebacker. Down, back, gap hinge. Pulling for the front side. So a perfect look here against this 3 front from Rutgers. And they're able to execute it pretty well. Again, getting a shoulder right there to it as you're working up to number 1. Great job right there helping. Getting that guy into the gap. Puts that shoulder, puts him in that gap. So it's easy for that tackle. Now he works up square, good base, makes contact. And of course, right here, look at the fullback again, play side shoulder, want to kick. Exactly what the outside linebacker should do. Probably should squeeze this a lot harder to try to condense this alley. Puller does a great job working right there, hoping he left shoulder on him so he can kick. And that's what happens right there. Great job. Loads up, drops his hips, trying to get him extended. Really powerful play. Hitting that thing with some momentum. Gets about 7-8 there. And this is not the number 1 bunch right here. And they're just getting into straight I formation. Quarterback's reversing out downhill. This is probably day 1 install here for those guys. And they just love running this power against that 3 front. Just makes it easy. With an easy kick, easy lead there as well. Great play. This might be the greatest look ever to just run power at. Right here again, 21 personnel, straight eye. And Nebraska's playing off with this outside linebacker. You got this guy kind of stacked behind. Again, going to double team there up. Block down, block back, gap hinge. Fullback's going to kick. That guy that's already wide makes it easy on him. He's going to pull for the front side linebacker stepping in here. So really easy look to run power. So wide right there, he's not condensing this alley at all. Easy job right there, getting a hip to him, working up, creating some space. That is a huge alley, and you got a puller right there for the one linebacker in the box. Gets a good kick. Now we're running vertical. Really poor alignment there to stop power there from Nebraska. Of course, they're a really good defense, but this alignment right here, this I formation, is really not conducive for squeezing this down and making this linebacker have an easy job of trying to fill in on that guard and making this thing bounce. So right there, just way too big of an alley there for Nebraska. And Michigan hits it, obviously. Pretty decent play, about 6-7 yards. This is the second group right here, but this time Nebraska actually in the forefront. The Dean does a decent job of squeezing, but then once he squeezes, he's not very aware that this guy's about to kick. He should be trying to wrong shoulder that thing. Hopefully, if he wrong shorts, he can take the fullback and the guard right here. Not let him get up on anything else, but right there, gets kicked. Guard gets a piece of him as well as he's working through, and they're able to get that gap to the inside because he didn't wrong shoulder. If he wrong shoulders, it makes it bounce out here to all these other defenders, but they clean it up, hit it downhill. Could gain great run here by the running back. They make contact right here, and he gets an extra 1, 2, 3, 4 yards, maybe 5 yards after contact. It's a really impressive run. Dean squeezes, but he doesn't wrong shoulder like he's supposed to, so it doesn't bounce to the unblocked defenders. Or they use a little bit of motion trying to get people's eyes away from what they're running. They're just running power right here to the downhill. He's trying to kick right here. Of course, with his forefront, they squeeze it pretty hard. And again, double team here to the backside linebacker. Squeeze pretty hard, watch him as far as possible. Tight ends here as well. He's just pinning right there. Whatever shows up to the inside is this linebacker. So now you got this gap to the outside. You got a puller, your guard coming around, and there's just a safety filling in. There's a corner. So if you can get a guard up to a safety or corner, that's a big time look. And of course, the corner's going to try to dodge, duck, try to dive, any kind of thing that they talk about there in dodgeball, and just dive at the feet. Right here is the safety filling inside out. Moment was too big, and right there he's trying to arm tackle. Does get a piece of him right there. Not a bad play there by the safety. But of course, doesn't put a hard hat. Not able to stop him before he gets the first. This is on 3rd and 4. Just running power right there against Minnesota. But again, even though they try to kick, they got wrong shoulder, tried to squeeze it, so he washed him as far as he could, creating a wall. Now the guard's getting outside. 2-on-2 in the alley. But they can not able to get him on the ground before he gets that first down. Great cut. Great job getting back vertical. Get about 10 yards there on power on 3rd and 4. Here's another great look of running power. This time in a tight end set, you got a wide receiver, you got a fullback here. Gonna try to block here. Gonna try to double this to the backside, push back, gap hinge, pull with the guard for the front side linebacker, get downhill, and then he's gonna slide back to it. And of course, you see this receiver, he's trying to take most dangerous, leave this corner. Not great at blocking, so right there does a great job of getting the angle, trying to get square on that outside linebacker. So really good job pinning that. Another good double team here on the interior lineman. Move him to that linebacker. 52 gets up, makes him go way over the top. Which is, if he goes over the top, you got to just try to put a bottom and run him. And he pushes him by. And this guy right here definitely doesn't look like a Division I player. He gets pushed up, falls down. Doesn't look very strong. But anyway, on a 1st and 10, just running power. Again, you can see this guard pulling around. He's going for this front side linebacker. Downhill track with the running back. Get behind that guard. Fall forward. He's outside linebacker. Wide receiver just trying to block. Was still able to hold that gap. Get a piece. They fall forward for about 4 or 5 yards. And that's all you're looking for on a 1st down. Get a positive gain. Create 4 to 5 yards. You feel good about it. Here's your look just to have 20 personnel. This might be the cleanest look of the year. An inside gap. Probably going to work through that hip up to the outside linebacker. Blocking down, blocking back. Gap hinge. Pull for the front side linebacker in the box. Your fullback here, he's going to kick this defensive end here. And they actually slant to him. So he's able to kick this pretty easy. Here's your puller getting up. And you can see this double team here on this nose. Look, guys, slants. So we got to get a good double team working up. Tackle ends up pushing him off. Getting up to that linebacker. Sealed it. So again, you can see they sealed this area here. Was able to get a kick on that defensive end. Guard puts his outside shoulder. So literally everything works out just like you're hoping for it. And 20 pops right through it. Going vertical. Gets up to the safety easy. This is about as pretty the look of power that you saw from anybody this year. Everything works exactly like you're hoping. You got a kick. You get a great double team up. Everybody's taken care of. You got a corner firing off the edge. No chance to get there. He's late to the party. And guard putting his play side shoulder. So everything right there fundamentally looks great for Michigan. And of course that leads to an explosive play. Everybody taken care of exactly like you're looking for. Right there running power for an explosive play against a Big Ten opponent. If you got to this point in the video, please subscribe. Really appreciate you guys watching. and we'll see you guys again in the next one.